there everyone, Coolnickyd here, welcome back to another video. Today I decided to start outside on my campus because all we're going to be doing today is talking about the new campus map that came out for The Sims 4 Discovery University. So here on my campus there's my dorm room, I got my dining hall, I have my student center, which is what I'm going to right now, and all of that stuff is in the university map, so we're going to take a look at it. However, it's a little interesting because there's two universities, so it's one on each side and a town in the middle. I mean, I don't know why I'm explaining this to you when you're gonna see it in a second, but it's pretty cool, and just being here for me in like a big city, it's cool, interesting, all of the feelings to see what The Sims 4 has to offer. So let's hop right into that. Alrighty guys, so here is the map of what I guess they're just calling Brightchester. This is the exact screenshot from what was featured in the live stream, so we don't really have a lot of detail on what each lot is individually, but we can just overview the map. So like I had predicted in a couple of videos ago, I was right when I said that there were just going to be two universities on one map with the town like connecting them in the middle, and that's exactly what it seems to be. I said that they were either going to be like two completely separate maps or like this, so I'm not surprised that it's like this. However, I am surprised at how small each of the universities are individually, and that's something that after watching the live stream, I was actually really like underwhelmed by, because it just seems so tiny. For someone like me that goes to a big school, as you saw, I was outside a minute ago talking about my own campus. These look really, really, really tiny, and they're almost as if they're each individual like neighborhoods in like a regular world, and it's so small. A lot of the sim gurus and the game changers that attended Sims Camp and that have played the game already said that there's a lot of content, so there's nothing to worry about, and I'm sure there is, but you know, just looking at it on the surface seems a bit small. Also, just the world in general, like looking at the map without divulging into it, looks kind of bland. I've never been a fan of any of the maps that The Sims 4 does. They don't do the actual worlds themselves justice, but this just looks like another Newcrest, Willow Creek. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more creative when it comes to the map. It's super bland and gross, and I don't know. I wish they could have done something better. But now going on the inside of the map, we're going to focus on each area. So first, let's head to Foxborough. So this is the Foxborough side of thing. As you can see, there's 4 lots. That's it. I believe one of them is like the student union, cafeteria, study areas, you know, just like a student center is what they call them here. And there's 2 residential lots. There's one that's on the ground that kind of like converges with the university. They did play with that one in the live stream if you want to go check it out. It's literally like right on campus, but it's your own house. So I guess in a way you could probably cheat that system and make it like a pretend dorm room if you wanted to, if you don't like the way the regular dorms work, or you could make it like an actual lot, and that is probably what I'm going to do. I'll probably make it like a cafe or something for my Sims to go to. There's a lot of room for expansion with this, which I'm really pleased with. And then you see the 2 little, like, that really tall building, those 2 house, like orange house looking things. One of them is actually university housing, so that is like your dorm room. That's where, you know, you could move into and live and be in a dorm with other people, kind of like in a penthouse style. And then the one next to it, there's just a gray like plumb bob, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. I don't know if it's also university housing or if it's just a regular like penthouse lot. Kind of unsure. They didn't really clarify that exactly. There is a sim that's living there, but I don't believe that they said what it is. But it's either going to be like the same kind of dorm thing as the other one, or just its own separate house. But just looking at Foxborough as a whole, it definitely looks a lot more modern. The grass is bright green, and you can tell, I like that they did put the little fake buildings around it and make it look, you know, more full and more real and modern and cool. And then of course there's a little Foxborough symbol, the little red circle that they did not hover over on the live stream, but will have a little say about what Foxborough really is. So overall, I mean, this area of the map looks cool. I just wish it was bigger and more prominent, because it just looks so like underwhelming. Like, you guys have to agree with me when you're just looking at this. It's just like, bleh, it's like a glob of buildings, you know? I wish it was just bigger and brighter and focused more on what Foxborough really is, because it's not giving me anything, you know? But I mean, yeah, what else are you gonna do? Let's move into Brightchester. All the way on the other side of the map, we have Brightchester University, also really tiny, very pequeño. It looks underwhelming, but also looks really cool. We have what looks like a housing option in the very top of the screen, where the green plumb bob is. I believe that's a dorm. I believe the one in the middle is also a dorm. And then I believe on the bottom it's university housing, which is not a dorm, but can be a dorm. I'm not really sure how that works. I think that's quote unquote off campus, but it's like a house that's on campus. I kind of like that they gave us that option too, because you probably could change that lot type again if you wanted to put like a little bowling alley or a cafe or a gym for your Sims to go to while they're at university. I think that that's a nice option. And then on the to the right, closest to like that little island, that seems to be like the student center where the cafeteria is and whatnot. I also like that they do have the other buildings drawn in on the map, and they have the little island, the little boat going around, and it just looks very, you know, regal, very collegiate, very fanciness. But it's just, once again, a little bit on the tad, like a boring side. It just doesn't really do much for me. But I mean, that's just me. I don't know how y'all feel. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But yeah, I mean, that's Brightchester. Literally, like, there's not much to say about it. You see the little green dragon at the bottom. I think the bulk of this map is actually not on either university. It's in the town in the middle, so let's check that out now. So here is the land in the middle. I don't know what they're calling it. If it's just called off campus. As you see, the little green circle will probably tell us what it really is called, but once again, not sure. On this little neighborhood, there's 5 lots. There is a library for both universities to share. There is a lounge club area, and then there's 3 houses. These are off-campus housing. These are not any sort of dorms, I believe. So I think that everything on either 2 campus that wasn't a house was a dorm, and then these are all like houses for you to live in. So technically, since they are just regular houses and this is just a regular world called Brightchester, if you wanted to just live here in this neighborhood and change all the other buildings in the world to like something else, you could use this as a fully functional town. Once again, with the way this looks on the map, I don't think it's doing it justice, because I've said plenty of times after looking at a lot of the trailers, the middle of the town, like that street and all of those houses lining the street, it's not really shown here on the map. It kind of looks pretty ugly in my opinion, but I know it's not because it looked really, really good. I like that there's a bunch of rivers, and I'm sure you can probably cross them, and there looks like a little castle thingy. Yeah, I don't know what I'll actually be doing with the center of town here. I'm probably going to get rid of all these houses, considering, I mean, people who live on campus. Like, there's not really, like, usually a town in the middle of universities. Like, I don't know. This is a little bit different. Like, my university, since it is so big, it is part of, like, a giant city, and this city is basically all like, my college. So But it doesn't, this seems like a separate entity, you know? This isn't part of Brightchester, it isn't part of Foxborough, it's just an awkwardly placed town smudged in the middle. So I am planning on, like, removing these houses and getting rid of the old people that live in them, and probably just replace them with, like, fun things for my Sims to do, because that's really what we need in this game, is fun things to do. So I'll probably make, like, a comic book store or bowling alley or something for my Sim to go and enjoy their time at university. But yeah, I mean, going back to looking at the map as a whole, it's cool, but it's just a map. Like, the map has never done anything for the worlds themselves. The island living map is blah. What is the other map? Oh my gosh. The city, the Get Famous map for Del Sol Valley. It is so gross looking and ugly, but Del Sol Valley itself is really, really pretty. It just doesn't do it justice. So I can't wait for, like, some custom content creator to redo this and make it look super nice and super realistic. But I mean, you know, as the map doesn't do anything for the gameplay, so I really just can't wait to get my hands on this and play it myself and focus on reworking the world to, like, how I would like it as a Sims player, because in the end, that's what the Sims is about. It's about playing the game the way you like to. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like it to pick up. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the map. I really want to know your opinions. Yeah, I'll see you guys all again next time. Goodbye.